What's up YouTube? I'm here to do my prediction video for UFC 187. Sorry I didn't do this sooner, but my uh, account was acting weird, so from now on this is going to be my new account. It's Conan Zena, not the movie Barbarian. It was acting funny, and it's not working. So this is the channel that I usually use, and this one always works, so I'm just going to use this from now on. First fight is Nolan Tickman versus Yao Zaku, and I'm going to pick Tickman. You know, I've said this before. I don't think Chinese fighters are that great, and Yao's record is 1-2. Nolan's is like 4-1. I think Nolan's decent, and I think he just wins by submission. Like I said, Chinese fighters, they're a little bit behind. I think in a couple of years they might be more up to par with the rest of the world, but as of right now, they don't really have a whole lot of talent. Next is John De Los Reyes versus Roland Shakazan. And I'm pick De Los Reyes. I think De Los Reyes has just been kind of getting guys that are better than him, and he's finally getting a fight where he's getting a guy who's more on his level. So I think De Los Reyes is going to win by finish. Next is Ning Guiyuan versus Royston Wee, and Royston Wee is one of the few Chinese fighters that I actually do see potential in, but I think this will be a difficult fight just because Ning is a big, powerful wrestler, and Royston's kind of like a jiu-jitsu guy. But I'm still going with Wee. I think Wee wins by submission. Like I said, I think he's one of the few Chinese fighters that has real potential. Next is Ling Jilping versus Diego Lima. And Li is probably, in my opinion, the best fighter out of China right now. I think he's going to win this fight because Diego's two biggest weaknesses are his chin and his cardio. And I think those are Li's two biggest strengths, is his power punching and his conditioning. So I think Li either wins by first round knockout or third round knockout. Next is Zhang Weiping versus Kajan Johnson, or K-John. I'm going to pick K-John. Like I said, most of these Chinese guys, they're just super one-dimensional and they have a lot of holes. And I think that's what Zhang Weiping has. You know, he doesn't have great submission defense, and that's what Khan's biggest strength is his submissions. So I'm going to pick Kajan by submission. Next is Taihu Bang versus John Tuck. And this is the toughest fight in the card, in my opinion, because I think Tuck is the better fighter, but his conditioning is horrible. And I think Bang is going to outlast him. And I think Tuck will probably win the first 2 rounds, but come the third, Bang will win by knockout. Next, we got Mark Edevin versus Levon Marcusville. I'm going to pick Mark. I think Mark is just the better striker. And this is pretty much a fight between strikers. Next, we got Felipe Nova versus Yul Chul Nam. And Nam is really good. I know a lot of people don't know this, but he beat Hakron Diaz. Hakron Diaz's only loss outside the UFC was to this guy. And Felipe Nova, you know, I don't know how he got back in the UFC. He's not like on this amazing run. He's gone like 5-2 in his last 7. As where Nam, you know, he won like 5 or 6 straight plus his UFC debut. So I'm picking Nam by knockout. I just think Nam is the much better fighter. Next is Hyungun Lim versus Neil Magny. And I feel like this is a fight between two guys who have the exact same style, but Lim has more knockout power. And the weird thing about Magny is I don't know why they keep feeding him these fights. He's won 6 straight. I don't think they realize he's won 6 straight. Nobody's won. The most someone's ever won without getting a title shot is 8. So he's 2 wins away from a title shot. I don't know why they keep feeding him guys that aren't in the top 15. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm going to pick Lim by knockout. Next we got Mark Munoz versus Luke Barnett. And I think Mark Munoz is done. You know, he's lost 3 straight. And this is the last fight on his contract. I think he's just trying to finish out his contract and then retire. Luke Barnett, I think, is just the most unlucky fighter in the world. I thought he won both his last fights. But, you know, he lost them. In my opinion, he's 10-0. And this is going to be an easy win for him. I think he wins by first round rear naked choke. Next, we got Gegard Mousasi versus Costas Philippou. And this is like the Munoz fight. I think Gegard's going to get a takedown eventually and win by rear naked choke. I'm going to say in the first round. And then finally, we got Frankie Edgar versus Uriah Faber. And I think Uriah is going to win this one. You know, Uriah's never lost a fight that wasn't a title fight. And I think that's going to continue. I think Uriah Faber is just better everywhere. I think Frankie Edgar's got the speed and technique advantage when it comes to striking, but I think Faber's got the power and grappling advantage. So, you know, I think it'll be kind of like the Dominic Cruz fight, except for when Faber lands those power punches, he's at his natural weight, so they'll do more damage. So I'll pick Faber by decision. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.